Today, 10th of the May, year 2024, we talked about principle of the Vipassanā, how to do walking meditation. After sitting meditation, when the yogi decides to stand up because it is burdensome to continue sitting, whether because the time is up or because you cannot stand it any longer. You should not get up all of a sudden. You should note beginning with the intention to get up. You should move your foot hands one by one, following the movements closely, applying mental energy and the aiming, noting wanting to move, moving. Placing the hands on the floor and folding the legs one at a time. Making the effort to stand up, using the legs and arms for support. Placing the mind on the entire body, all at the same time. Placing the mind like that, you comes to know stiffness and tension, because the weight of the body is on these supporting arms and legs. You must not get up suddenly, but slowly straighten the legs and note getting up once the bed at one time. You should note everything, starting the front, straightening out your clothes until the body is standing up straight. When there is nothing more to do, you should put your hands together in front or in back, and put your mind on the leg or the foot. You should continually take care to make the stepping and the observation of it go inside. The left step and the observation of it, the right step and the observation of it. That is said directly in the Vipassanā Sutta. You should know 3 ways to do the walk-in meditation. The moment the lifting happens, observe it steadfastly with the energy and amen. The moment lifting happens, observe it steadfastly with the energy and the amen. Hey, repeat after me. The moment lifting happens, the moment lifting happens, observe it steadfastly with the energy and amen. The moment lifting happens, the moment lifting happens, observe it steadfastly with the energy and the amen. Observe it steadfastly with the energy and amen. You can recite? Okay, try. The moment of observe it with energy and amen. The moment the moment not lifting, moving. Yeah, moving forward. No? The moment moving forward happens, the moment the moving forward happens, the moment moving forward happens, observe it steadfastly with the energy and amen. Try. The, observe with energy and aim. The moment moving forward happens, observe it steadfastly. The moment observe change the pleasing. No? The moment observe it steadfastly with energy. The moment pleasant, the moment pleasant happens. Mm, mm, Good yogis, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. No? Once that you can do sitting meditation for at least a full hour, the mind that becomes collected. You should then do walk-in meditation or about an hour so that the samadhis will arise. If there are special instructions given, you should follow them. The body should be kept straight when doing walking meditation. just as during the sitting meditation. Do not bend the neck. Stand up straight and cast the eyes down. You should keep your gaze limited to about 2 meters in front of you, and put the mind on the leg. You should observe so that the stepping and the noting of it. The left step and noting of it. The right step and the noting of it as concurrent. Use the should the note left step, right step first of all, when's the noting at the grossest level. If you are going to walk for the 1 hour, you should divide the hours into 3 sessions. During the first section, you should note right step, left step. Pause about 20 minutes. Use the should the note miss. Should always be precise, respectful application of mental energy and aim. The Buddhist text describe dividing each step into as many as 6 parts. Into as many 6 parts. There are lifting, pulling, moving step forward, releasing, placing, and the present. No? Okay, 6 parts. You can recite, please repeat after me. There are as the lifting, pulling, moving forward, releasing, placing, present. Lifting, pulling, moving forward, releasing, placing, and present. Okay, you can. Lifting, pulling, releasing, placing, present. Okay, lifting, pulling, moving forward, releasing, placing, present. Lifting, okay. But at the start of the practice, it is not necessary to note all these 6 parts yet. Should start with the easiest right step and left step. Lessons should be few and the number and easy when starting to learn. Right step and left step is the easiest. When you have to become quite used to do this, you can observe each step as the two parts, the lifting up and the placing down. The lifting up and the placing down. Lifting, placing. Lifting refers to lifting up the leg that has been fully placed on the floor. You need to observe closely from the moment the lifting begins until the end. Applying mental effort and aiming, as indicated by the saying. Moment lifting happens, observe it steadfastly with the energy and the aiming. Once you are about to put down the upraised leg, you should observe from the start of the placing until the end. Observance steadfastly at the very moment with the mental effort and the aiming, as the saying indicates. Pleasant is not just the resting of the foot on the ground. The releasing of the foot is also called the pleasing. Observe precisely from the moment the up-raised foot is released until the moment it is resting on the floor. The lifting and placing should be done rhythmically. Right step and left step can even be done briefly to relieve stiffness. That is the no problem. However, use must go a bit slower when the observant two parts, lifting and the placing. Once you have meditated for about 1 week, after observing, lifting, the placing for about 20 minutes, you can observe each step as the three parts. The three parts are the lifting, moving, and the placing. Lifting up the leg, moving the leg forward until it reaches the place for dropping it down, and putting the foot down. The step should not be long. It is important to observe these three parts exactly. Each in its own place. You should go quite slowly when observing three parts. You should not go quickly and briskly. The reason is that the lifting, moving, and the placing occur at the closed intervals. In order to know the mental and the physical qualities that really exist at those stages distantly, the movement must be slow. Only if used to observe your gradual movement, you can know them well. You must lift the foot slowly, move it forward slowly, and place it slowly. That is the most subtle stage of the walking. There are three ways of the knowing. When the observing, rising, and the falling, the shape or the form of the abdomen caused the Sankata, Samanya, forms the manner, three nature, understand these three. No? Form, manner, true nature, understand these three. No? The manner of the expanding, the collapsing, the called agara, and sabhava, present during the rising and the falling. The qualities of stiffness, tightness, or the movement. The same is true during the walking meditation. At the first, it's necessary to observe the appliance levels. Before Viriya, Sati, and Samadhi gain strength, this is just the way it is. Once the noting, the lifting, the mind perceives the form of the leg. It's the same with the moving, but it's enough. If the mind does not go anywhere else. From time to time, the manner or the agara of the lifting, movement or the placing will occur together with the physical lifting, movement or the placing. This is simply what will happen at the start of the practice. Later on, once the knowledge starts to arise because of the walking meditation, you will come to know its the true nature at the moment of the lifting. That it gets the light or that gets the heavy, becomes stiff or the stretches. At the time of the movements forward also, you will know it is the pulled from the in front or the pushed from the behind. At the time of the placing, whether it gets the heavy and goes down and gets the light and goes down, or becomes the light and goes down. You will come to know the true nature caused svabhava. It is just like the way a person knows the flavor in the piece of food when eating and drinking. After putting it in the mouth and chewing it, when you can observe the moment of the lifting, moving, and placing effectively, and has reached the stage where knowledge occurs, you will come to know what is really there, as it really is. That is the true nature that is like flavors in food. Yogi has the duty to observe the lifting, moving, and the pleasing firmly and effectively with the mental effort and aiming in order not to miss even a little bit. When noting, it's not necessary to wonder about what is there during the moment of the lifting, during the moment of the moving, and the moment of the placing. Your responsibility is simply to observe effectively, to pay attention while chewing the food that has gotten into your mouth. There is no need to think in advance about what the flavor it might be. Chew it and see. If you chew it, use the words to surely know. Observe and see. If you observe, you will come to know quite well the true nature that exists at the moment of the lifting, the moment of the moving, and at the moment of the placing. If you practice superficially, times will go on, but you will not know anything. All that is needed is to look thoroughly with concentration and meticulous care. Just as you must sit down and observe every arising object, beginning with the rising and the falling. Adding the push the energy to the mind. So too the youth must add push the mental power. When the observing, lifting, moving, and the pleasing. Just as you must wait and watch, putting the mind at the abdomen, whereas the rising and the falling to appear. So too, you must focus the mind on the legs because the lifting, moving, and the placing occur there. Once about to lift the foot, you must prepare the mind with sati so that the mind will stick with the lifting. From the start to the finish, you must not work tardily. If you apply mental energy, laziness will not arise. The mind will not become cool or slack. There will not be any sluggishness either. The mind will become active. Use the master work to make this happen. On the other hand, there must be the jhanic quality of looking with the concentration. You must focus keenly and aim. You should put the mind on the leg before lifting it and focus keenly on the action as soon as the lifting occurs, following the movement with the mind. You must apply mental energy and aim the mind, trying to make it concurrent with the object. If you apply the energy and tries to aim precisely, you overcome the laziness. You gain the victory over it. Because of the focused aiming, the mind doesn't become contracted and sluggish. It doesn't become thick like glued either. The contracted, thick, glued mind is called Tina Meda in Bali. In English, Tina Meda is called sloth and torpor, or the laziness. Amen is the opposite of laziness. Amen is the opposite of laziness. When the mind is directed towards the lifting, laziness can no longer enter the mind. It's the same when the mind is directed towards the moving and the pleasing. This the quality of the keen, focused aiming is called jhana in the Pali. Jhana is the quality that the focus on the object of lifting, moving, and the pleasing, observing with concentration. When the mind goes directly to the object due to keen, focused aiming, Tinamrita is burned up completely, as if by a fire. Jhana first literally is the meaning of burning up completely. To the extent that the mind is aimed accurately at the object, it can also burn up the laziness. It becomes clean. There should always be Amen. When the energy of the Viriya is constant, later on, Sati and Samadhi are sure to follow. When the energy of the Viriya is constant, later on, Sati and Samadhi are sure to follow. In just this way, the three qualities of Viriya, Sati, and Samadhi occur at the moment of the lifting, the moment of the moving, and the moment of the placing. This is what is the meant by Vipassanā Dhamme Samadhi Samatho. Vipassanā Dhamme Samadhi Samatho. When the mind becomes cold and slack, laziness and other kilesas that can come if there is no Amen. Now, with the presence of Amen and the mental energy, the opposing factors called the nivaranas as the being stirred, suppressed, and not given a chance to arise. This is the core samadhi. Okay, today we stop here. No? Our discourse for today. No? By practicing Vipassanā meditation, may all the yogis be liberated from all the suffering. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.